Greetings and great risings, my beautiful family. It's me. I'm back on this beautiful Friday. The weather has been absolutely amazing because we're transitioning into fall, and yeah, it's like perfect weather. I am a fall person because I love layers, right? And jackets and hoodies and all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm just excited about today, about Friday, and talking to you, and just sitting down and having this moment of dialogue and everything. But have you ever had a moment that you need to take time to go inward? I mean, having that moment to just talk to self, to reconnect to self. Have you ever had that? Well, you know what? We're talking about that today. That's what we're talking about. Going inward, taking the time to reconnect to self when everything is going awry in our lives, everything chaos, just so many things. We can't quite put our hands on it. We can't quite get ourselves settled in, our mind focused on it. So we got to take that time. That's what we're talking about today. And it's your girl, Pashay Gibson, also known as Sister Shay in the poetry world, also known as Shay Butter, because I am an up and coming entrepreneur that's in this thing with Pashay's Butter Souffle, because that's just what I'm doing. And I'm sharing this with you, and I'm taking you along on my journey. And that's what this channel is about, the evolutionary, to begin again, to start over, to get yourself back in there, back in stride again, no matter what, no matter how, at what cost, by any means necessary. The evolution of free. And I'm an emancipated workaholic that is striving every single day to become free with my gifts and talents, using that as an avenue to free myself. That's what this is, the evolution of free. Your girl, Pashay Gibson, is me. I'm glad that you're here. All right. So always remember, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do read the comments, so please, please, please send me your comments. Send me a title or something that you would like to talk about. That's this thing. And coming up soon, I'm trying to nail it in. Of what Friday would be. I would be doing an interview. I'll keep y'all posted on that. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about this thing. Let's talk about going inward and taking time to reconnect to self. As always, I have a story. This story is about a few years ago. I found out about Vipassana. I hope I'm saying I'm getting tongue tied. Vipassana. But and what that is, it is a meditation retreat. They have them all throughout the U.S. They even have some in India. And I heard about it. And what it is no matter what, I'm going to put this disclaimer out here. So no matter who you serve or how you serve, okay? It doesn't matter what your religion background is or what your spiritual journey is. I'm sorry. This is a way to reconnect to self, because at the end of the day, it starts with you. No matter what your service is or who you serve, it starts with you. So here at this meditation retreat, I went to the one in Kaufman, Texas, because it's the closest to me. And what it entails, it entails how to meditate, because we hear that all the time. We hear the word meditate. Oh, I gotta meditate. And but sometimes we really don't know what that means. What does it mean to meditate? Even in the Bible, it says to meditate on the word day and night, right? But we hear that and people say, oh yeah, I'm a meditator on that. Oh, I meditate. I teach people how to meditate and things like that. Well, this is showing you how to go deeper. Here at Vipassana, it is a code of silence, which means when you get there, when you drive there, you hand over your car keys. You have to do a minimum of 10 days. And you hand over your cell phone. You can't have anything. You can't have gemstones. You can't have herbs. You can't bring your Bible. You cannot bring a pen and a pad to write with. This is you. This is you without no distractions, no tablet, no cell phones, none of that. This is you totally unplugging to get reconnected. Well, when I found out about it, I was like, I really want to do that. And some people, they cannot. They don't even know how to unplug. They don't even know what that looks like, right? And but sometimes we do, because we get so overwhelmed. The cell phone, oh my God, that'll keep you so distracted. Your mind will be on whatever video you're watching, whatever short you're watching, whatever TikTok, whatever Instagram, whatever tweet, whatever it is, will have you so consumed that you just forget about things that you're doing. Hours will go by and you'll be like, oh my God, I've been swiping and watching TikToks all day. It's happened. I know. I've done it. Just had a day. I was just like, I don't feel like doing that. I'm just going to watch videos. Well, this, because I really wanted to do it, but it was so easy, it was hard. So when I said we had to do a code of silence, so that means once you check in, we had our own rooms. They had our own bathroom, kind of like a dorm, but nicer, and very quiet. The place is absolutely gorgeous. The grounds, I'm talking about, it's so peaceful. You just see little rabbits just hopping around because they know that they are not in any danger. We even had to, if we saw little bugs, we couldn't even kill the bugs. We had to transport the bugs outside. I'm not a bug person. I told y'all about that. I am not a bug person, but it was just a different vibe. So we had like this little piece of cardboard. Scoop the little bug up, put a little cup over it, take it outside, set it down, set it free. Like that, right? Well, even in passing, it was like 105 of us. They had a men's dorm and they had a women's dorm. The men had their own cafeteria. We had our own cafeteria. They served vegetarian meals, Indian vegetarian meals, and I love Indian food. So everything was prepared well. Everything was healthy and light. We had 2 full meals a day, which was breakfast and lunch. Our last meal was ginger tea. So not only were you meditating, you actually were fasting after 6 p.m. So we meditated from, our first meditation started at 4:30 in the morning and we ended at 9 p.m. So throughout the day, we had meditation. We had a schedule in the lobby where you know where you were. And then we had moments where we could meditate in our room, And, it was a video. We had instructions where the instructor talked at first. And then we had a video, audio. I'm saying video, but, we had audio. And it was just a guided meditation. And then at some point we had silence. They provided the pillows. Now you can bring your own pillows, but you could bring your blanket because it was kind of cold in there. So you bring your blanket, you set it up because we're sitting for like hours, and you find your sweet spot on how to be comfortable, and if you had a bad back or bad knees and you can sit in the seated position, they provided chairs. But they did not want you to go to sleep. Okay, they will come and tap you, hey, because sometimes the meditation gets so good, we get so relaxed, we go to sleep, right? But the first 3 days were hard. It was so simple. It was hard because I was like, okay, so what am I expecting? So the first 3 days, we had to literally focus on the space in between the bottom of your nose and the top of your lip. This is where you had to meditate. This right here, you had to focus on your breath in this space right here. Now, you're like, really? I'm talking about hours. We spent 3 days doing that. And I noticed that in my luggage that I had a journal and I had a pen. Now, mind you, they didn't want you to bring it. There wasn't nobody going around checking it. It was just you being a good steward over this experience for yourself. And because I was kind of frustrated because I was I don't know what, I really don't know what I was expecting. I'm not going to say what I thought. I really didn't know what I was expecting. And so I picked up my pen. I wish I could find that journal because I was venting. I was like, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm doing this. Da 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 da. And it was like I wrote all that stuff down. Then kind of midway, it was like the creator came in and said, you asked to come here. What are you doing? And I noticed that my writing changed. And it was like, it was me venting at the beginning, but now the creator is writing through me. That's how a lot of my poems are. A lot of my spoken word pieces, it's me in the beginning, and then you can hear a switch. And so this journal this entry that I had written, I can see and hear where it switched. And once I finished, I felt guilty about cheating because I was cheating myself. I wasn't hurting the spot, the venue that I was at. I was hurting myself because we get so caught up in self and what our expectations are. Why can't we just sit in what it is that we're doing or what it is that we need to do for ourselves, or take that time to just do this for ourselves? So I felt guilty. I said, you know what? I came here for this experience because I'm expecting to receive something. I'm expecting to receive how to channel, how to just come into myself to learn more about me, and also learn how to bring peace to myself. So that means I had to become centered. That means I couldn't be distracted. Me journaling was a distraction. If I had my cell phone, my tablet, snuck all that, but they take all that stuff. They know that if you start doing that, it's no way that you can get plugged in to understand what it is your body needs. Your body needs to unplug sometimes. So when I let that go, because I realized, okay, Shay, you can't keep beating yourself up. You can't keep, having these negative thoughts. Okay, you did it. You wrote it down. You vented. You got it out. The creator came in and said, okay, we wiping the slate clean. Go in and get what it is that you need to get. Now, this is on the third day. This is during one of our breaks that we had to go in that we could go in the room, or you could walk the path. And then, you could do all of that stuff. You could sit outside and enjoy nature, which was absolutely beautiful. So after I got that download, I said, okay. So when I think I'd written it before lunchtime. So now we had our lunch break. We're eating. And so now we go back into meditation, temple. And I received it. I understood what this meant, and I understood how to take that energy and focus it into that one area. I could actually feel my breathing. I could actually tell that in my breath that I actually inhaled through my right nostril and I exhaled through my left. Because, we do it every day. We don't realize it. It was strange because I was like, man, I could feel all of this stuff. So now that's day 3. Now I got 7 more days to go because a minimum, you can't do this without doing a minimum of a 10-day course. And so now we're learning how to take that energy to another part of our bodies, to our hands, to our feet, to our ears. It was so amazing. At the close of every day, Genoki is his name. I can't remember his first initials, but we would actually see a video of him, and he was so light and just beautiful. He's an older guy. He's from India. His thoughts were, The monks did this where they sit in silence and they would meditate. He just felt like that this was something that the world needed to know about, that it shouldn't just be confined to a group of people, that everybody should have the opportunity to know what this is, what this means, how to become, centered with yourself, to go inward, to just block out all of this, the distractions, so you can focus on your task at hand. What is it? Are you wanting to write a book? Are you wanting to start your business? Are you wanting to change your diet? Just a plethora of things. There's so many things, because we have so many gifts and talents. We are such creatives, that we desire to want to be successful or want to bask in the light of our creativity, of our gifts. Well, sometimes we just can't just jump out there and do it, because we're totally distracted. We got too many things going on, so we're distracted. So this meditation retreat, this 10-day course in Kaufman, Texas, changed my life. Man, I told a couple of friends that I was going. That's a cult. That's a cult. Ignorance. It's not. You can leave at any time. You say, I can't do it. They'll give you your keys. They might say, well, why? They'll ask you why, because they understand what you can gain. They understand the downloads that you can receive. And they don't want you to miss that. They'll ask you, but if you adamant about going, they'll give you your things and you can leave at any time. My car was in a parking lot. Did nobody drop me off? I went on my own. So I could have left at any time, but I felt like that I would have done myself a disservice had I left. Sometimes we have to disconnect, and we have to do it unapologetically. We just need to do it. We just need to sit down with self, sit quiet. No, if you have your TV on or your phone on, it could be a guided meditation. But I tell you what, it's something totally different whenever you're sitting in silence and just allowing those downloads to come in, allowing God to actually speak to you, allowing yourself to understand the God principle that's within you, the understanding how to take energy throughout your body to provide healing for yourself in a mental capacity. It's so crazy. I got a knock at the door, and this is in the middle of my video, so y'all just bear with me right now that while I'm doing this video. So, but I just wanted to.
How you doing? I just
oh my God!
Y'all doing okay?
Come on in, sir. Come on in, sir. Okay, I'm sorry. We're getting our filters changed right now. So, but I just wanted to share that with you. Sometimes we just have to have that moment of taking time for self, to understanding who we are when we go inward. It means a lot. We cannot just keep going through the hustle and bustle of the day of just chaos. We'll never understand what it is that we need to do if we don't take that moment to just be still, be quiet. Now, you can do what I did. I promise you, you'll never regret it. Thank you. And you won't regret it. It was the best thing, the best 10 days that I've ever done. And let me tell you, during that time, the food was amazing, right? But because of that mental break, everybody lost weight. We were doing an intermittent fast, and if you want to say that, from 6 p.m. until 4:30 the next morning. But it was such a powerful thing. We could drink water all throughout the day, but your whole body responds to you taking charge and allowing yourself to be free to meditate, because that was freedom in that was free. You feel like freedom. How is that free? Because you're setting yourself free from everything that controls you. That part. Do you know the type of control that our electronics have over us, the devices have over us? It'll take a whole of our day. Work take 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 a hold of our day. Our children, our spouses, you know, all of that will take a hold of our day. But but you know, taking that moment for self makes a huge difference in one's life. I know people like, oh, I have kids, I can't do it. I get that. I get that. Oh, I can't get 10 days. You can if you request it at your job. I'm quite sure a lot of us have earned it. I was teaching school at the time. So I did it right at the end of school. I was teaching in a homeschool setting. I did it right at the end of school, just so I can come down off of that school year. Best thing I ever done. Sometimes we have to go inward, and we have to take that moment to reconnect to self so we can get ourselves back balanced. That's it. The simplicity of it. And I promise you, it would be the best thing ever that you've ever done. Like I said, you don't have to go to Kaufman, Texas and do a Vipassana. They have them all over the world. But I promise you, sometimes we have to take ourselves out of our own natural environment in order to receive what it is that we need to receive, in order to get the downloads that we need to get. I knew I needed to do that. I knew I needed to go. But you can do it at home. It'll be harder because you're at home and you're wanting to do this. You wanted to get in your car. You want to go to this place, that place. I was at that place for 10 days. My car did not move, and I enjoyed it. When the code of silence was lifted, which was like the day before we left, that evening, like after 6 o'clock, the one thing that he said in the video was like, you cannot hug each other. Right? And I was like, oh, what is, he said, because you are extra sensitive now, because your body has received all this energy. Well, your body's full of energy, but now you know what that energy is. Now you know how to utilize it throughout your own body. Do you want to you want to bring that energy to your hands because you're a writer or you're a builder, and you want your hands to, have that energy to bring forth? Is it your voice? Like, do you want to focus on that? Your speech, all of that is energy. So we couldn't hug each other, because, and he was right, because when it was lifted, when we did hug each other, I mean, I met people from Japan, India, Pakistani, black, white, Hispanic. It was people from all over the world that came here that had totally different backgrounds, that actually grew up in Vipassana. And some people were away from home, and they needed this because they were away from home, and they had their garments on. I mean, it was beautiful. And when we hugged, we exchanged numbers. And it was that overwhelming. It was like, oh my God, I did it. I did it. So take that time for self. You absolutely deserve it. I absolutely deserve it. And we have to be a little selfish sometimes. We give so much energy to so many things, people, places, and things, that we lose ourselves. I challenge you to take time out throughout the day, or once or twice a day, where you can just take 15 minutes, take 30 minutes, take an hour of just silence. Turn everything off, unplug, reconnect. Don't think about it. Don't think about nothing. That's hard. Every time you try to think about something, come back to it. That's why he had us focusing on here. When our mind wanders, and it will, come back to your breath. Your mind goes here, come back to your breath. That's why we were focusing on this little bitty spot right here to get back to our breath. Thank you so much for listening today. I'm sorry about the distraction, and it was real in and out, but I thank you so much for tuning in today. And let's reconnect. Let's reconnect to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves. So before I leave, I do have a poem. It's actually I don't have a title for it because this is like one of my quotes, one of my short quotes, and it's called Pashay's Word number 5. So I have it numbered as Pashay's Word, whatever number, So this was the 5th one that I had written. So it says, protect your temple at all costs, for it is here where God resides. If we don't like living in dirty homes, why would we believe God likes living in an unclean temple? Let's detox and purge our mind and body. The Master's cleansing begins on the inside. Let the purification begin. Going inward, taking time to reconnect to self, to recharge, the evolution of to begin again. You deserve it. I deserve it. We need it. I thank you so much for today. I thank you for allowing me to be in your living room, on your cell phone, on your tablet, and checking out my word. I thank you so much. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your girl, Pashay Gibson, also known as Sister Shay in the poetry world, also known as Shay Butter, as an up-and-coming entrepreneur of Pashay's Butter Souffle. Y'all, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. Thank you.